What's up, everybody? Rasati out here in Singapore, and I can't tell you exactly how excited I am because yet again it is Tamil New Year, and I'm actually looking at it like new beginning, brand new 24 hours that I get to do something different in. And when this 24 hours ends, I go to sleep and start over again like I'm reborn every morning. So this is the way I'm looking at it right now. Corona has me thinking different, right? It's a different mindset altogether, and it's given me a dose of what if I were to homeschool my child and run a business at the same time. Now, originally that was the plan. 6 years ago when I came to Singapore, I was determined not to put my daughter in public school here. And if I could, I'd put her in international school, but that didn't work out because it costs an arm and a leg and a couple of livers to be able to put your child into international school here in Singapore. But outside of that, I also knew that the kids here are super stressed out. There are a lot of really, really high standards, and they don't actually teach your kids in such a way that they feel empowered. They'd rather stream them, and by streaming them, they actually categorize them as smart, not so smart, and super smart. So yeah, I don't enjoy that, and I think it's very, very derogatory, but I'm not in a position to change all of MOE. So in the meantime, originally, I thought I was going to homeschool my kid. Guess what? That didn't come to pass, and here I am now looking at the possibility of actually being able to accomplish that anyway. So I'm actually really glad. I'm grateful. It's a lot more time that I get to spend with her. And I actually really get to see where she struggles and where her strengths are. So I can devise a plan to really catch up or put strategy in place for her so she doesn't feel so left out sometimes when she goes back to school. And yeah, just taking it one day at a time. Meanwhile, I want to talk to you about conditional prayer. What do I mean by conditional prayer? You ever say a prayer somewhere, like you're in dire straits, you're really struggling, you don't know what to do, and you make a request to the universe: God, please deliver me out of this situation, and I will fast, and I will do this, and I'm gonna do something for you if you do something for me. Just scratch my back and I'll scratch yours, kind of thing. And that's not the way prayer works. Another thing that we get used to doing a lot of times, we'll pray for something like, yes, God, I want this, and I know I'm deserving, and I just deliver this to me. It would be amazing. I can't wait. But we have this game plan in our mind of how that's supposed to look. We want the $1 million, but we want it to be easy. We want it to be handed to us. We want it to just like appear like a magic. But that's not how that works. Usually when you ask the universe for something, it's going to give you exactly what you need to get there. I think I saw something somewhere where, the post said, you guys ask for chocolate cake and the universe presents you with every ingredient that you need to be able to make chocolate cake. And you're like, oh my gosh, the universe didn't come through. Why? Because it didn't deliver you the finished product. It gave you all the ingredients to get there. And honestly, that's what the universe does, doesn't it? It delivers you everything that you would need to learn lessons along the way to get to that place that you've decided you want to be. And a lot of times when you get to where you think you want to be, it's not actually what you thought it was going to be. It's not the feeling or contentment or fulfillment or satisfaction that you thought you would have. I've heard so many celebrities say, you know what, I wanted fame and fortune. And when I got there, I realized that's not what I wanted at all. I thought that it would give me security and comfort and this sense of, yes, I did something today. And that's not what happened at all. And so now they're looking at it like, now I have all this fame and I have all these obligations and these expectations placed on me, and I am not content because I don't get to be me. So I'm telling you, conditional prayer, it doesn't work. You got to be open to the prospects. You got to be open to the possibilities. Now, when I decided I wanted to be a coach, I figured, oh yeah, I have contacts all over the world. I have people that are, asking me for help from all over the world, and I'd be happy to help them. No problem. They just pay me for a couple hours and I get on the phone and we talk. It'll work. And guess what? That's not what happened. That's not what happened at all. I ended up working with a lot of people that we were in coaching programs together, and I ended up doing it pro bono. And you know what? That was necessary for me because I had no idea what it would look like to actually run a business from home where you actually counsel people, coach people through their life situations. Let me start over. From the very beginning, I didn't know what I wanted to coach. I didn't know that coaching was even a possibility for me as a means of making income from home, right? I was over here looking like, let me trade my time for money. Let me do data entry from home. Let me be a typist, a secretary. Let me be a virtual assistant, all that. So I looked at all that. But that's not what I do best. And it just so happened that, as I was going through these coaching programs to learn how to be a coach and to figure out how to work, social media and all that, I found people around me who were doing the same thing. They were looking for the same answers, but I was able to coach them in a completely different angle, in a completely different aspect. They had no idea that they were struggling with certain things until I talked to them about their emotions. And then suddenly it clicked, hey, yo, you're good at this. Keep doing this. So when I asked the universe, hey, help me set up a coaching business where I can teach people from home, guess what? I pro bonoed a lot. There were hundreds of hours spent talking to people for free. Why? Because I didn't have the reputation yet. It was almost like graduating out of college with a degree. And trust me, I have undergrad in psychology, I have a master's in education, I have professional human resource certification from Villanova, I have Tony Robbins, the Robbins Madanes training, which is strategic intervention. Like, I have all of that under my belt. But people don't trust you until they got people that can tell everyone else about you. You need the pro bono, and I wasn't ready for that. I was not happy about it. I did not want to work for free. What was the point? But guess what? That was the path. And it wasn't until I embraced that I realized, okay, now I need to work out some of the kinks. When I started working for free, guess what? It helped me work out my contracts, what I will and won't allow people to do. It helped me work out, how much time I was willing to give on a call, how I was going to arrive at scheduling for my clients. It helped me work out a lot of the skills that I did not have. I know how to counsel people. I don't know how to run a business. This is something I had to teach myself. So guess what? When I asked the universe to help me set up this business, it gave me everything I needed to learn how to make it work. Now I'm in a situation where I'm trying to figure out, okay, how do I reach... Last year I was trying to figure out, how do I reach the Singapore market? I have clients overseas, but I really need to make a difference here where I am because there's so many people in pain. And that Asian stigma of, don't talk about your problems. People look at you like you're crazy. Don't tell work that you're going to therapy because they might fire you because they think you're unstable. Like, all of that shit. I was upset. I wanted to make a difference. And guess what? I didn't know how that was going to work. And I remember I had just come out of a summit with a really great friend of mine, and things fell apart and it didn't work out the way I thought it would. And I thought I had lost the only ally I had. And I asked the universe, look, I need help. I don't know what I'm doing. I need help. And I think where I need to be is here in the marketplace, right here in my community, working to make a difference. And I don't know how to reach these people because they don't know who I am. No one's ever heard of me before. My cousins know about me, but they're not going to talk about me, and they're not going to talk to me because it's still a stigma. You don't talk about your mental health. So I asked, and I was very careful about not putting any limitations or qualifications on how this is going to be. I want this to happen exactly this way, and then I will be... No. I was like, look, I need help. I don't know what I'm doing. Help me. And I left it open like that. Guess what? Empire Artists fell into my lap. Obviously, every kid at some point wants to be a singer, songwriter, musician, artist, dancer, whatever. They want to be on TV. They want to be famous. But that wasn't the idea that I had for this. I, sheer chance, talked to a random person, took a picture, tagged people, and then suddenly Empire Artists contacted me. And I was like, hi. Yeah, sure, absolutely. And I spoke to Marcus and I was thinking, you know what? Let's meet up. Let's meet up for coffee. And I was thinking, he'd be a great person to interview because at the time I was doing a lot of interviews from all over the world. And I thought it'd be great to actually showcase his journey, let people know that, hey, he does have an agency and does cater only to, to Indian artists, the first ever in Singapore. And hey, who knows? And I had no idea he was going to ask me to join. I had no idea he thought that I might be talented enough to be a part of his team. And when he asked, I had to think about it. I was like, yo, wait, what does this mean for my brand, though? Because obviously you have an idea of how you want to represent your artists and how your artists need to represent you. And does that hamper my business? What does that mean for me? So I asked a bunch of questions. And within a couple of days, I told him, yeah, you know what? I'm happy to sign. But since then, he has given me the opportunity to become a recognizable face here in the community. He gave me a foothold into being able to help the community at large. I started working with people like It's Okay to Be Not Okay, meeting several different groups like IMH and Aware. I had no idea those people existed. I didn't know where to start. And they gave me the opportunity to meet all these people. I got to meet celebrities who have worked public campaigns with the American Cancer Society. American Cancer Society, but it is Singapore Cancer Society is the offshoot of that. And to be able to represent the team on many, many occasions in different events, both cultural, religious, for Vasantham, for Channel 5. Like, I've been lucky enough to be immersed into the community, and suddenly I have a way to actually connect with the people here in Singapore. I had no idea how that was going to work. If I had told the world that I would only work through mental health care facilities and coaches and therapists and stuff, you know what? It may have taken years. But in a span of 6 months, I have a little bit of a name for myself. Not that I didn't already, but here in Singapore, you recognize me now. And I could never in a million years have predicted the way that it would have gone down. So I'm telling you, when you pray, when you ask for help, when you let the universe know, hey, you know what, I really am at my wit's end. I don't know how to do this right now. Once you say that, open your heart up to the possibilities. The craziest of solutions, you don't need to be able to fathom it. Understand this. What you see of your life, what you see of the possibilities in your life, like, it's only like a keyhole, a peephole into what actually is possible. The universe does not take away from one in order to give to you. The universe is always working for all of our benefit, which means every one of us is connected somehow. And in order for you to get what you want, someone else has to get something else so that everything falls into place. So when you open yourself up to the possibility, when you don't limit your prayer by your conditions and the small few things that you think that you can manipulate or that you can even see or foretell, miracles have room to kind of manifest in your life. So please, especially when you're frustrated, when you feel like you're backed into a corner, when you really are out of options, you just don't see a way out. When you pray, pray with your whole body, mind, and soul. Pray with an open heart. When you ask in earnest. Please, deliver me from this so I can be a better person. And I guarantee you, the universe in all of its mysterious ways will come through. You just got to be awake enough to notice the signs. You got to be brave enough to pick it up and run with it. You got to be ready to say yes to whatever opportunity comes your way and figure it out on the way. You need to be ready to do the work. Sometimes you ask, man, you know what? I really wish I had brownies. And the universe somehow will show you, hey, you know, you have eggs, you have flour, you have sugar, you have butter, you got vanilla essence. I mean, hey, you got the makings of a brownie. But it's up to you to notice that they gave you everything you need and then get to work making what you want. When you ask in earnest. When you pray, don't do it with conditions. Don't come in with your own preconceived notions of how this is supposed to play out. It never works. I think I heard one time that, the joke was, how do you make God laugh? Well, you tell him your plans, obviously. And then he'll laugh at you because your plans are based on all that you know, not all that is. Be humble. When you ask in earnest. And don't put any conditions on the things you're praying for. Focus on the end goal and notice when the opportunities are presented to you. I love you guys. I really, really hope you get what you need in this new year. I hope that this new year is filled with joy and peace and laughter and is more successful, more fulfilling, more abundant than all of your years to date combined. Why? Because we deserve as much. So, if you have any questions or concerns, please drop them in the comments. I'm hoping this reached you. I'm hoping this made you feel a little bit better. Just remember, don't put any conditions on your wishes. Don't come in with your expectations. Just be ready to receive. Ask in earnest and be ready to receive. I love you guys. Take care. Bye.